So I came to faith pretty recently. It's been nearly 2 years now that I've confirmed myself as a Christian, and it started for me from a young age in school with songs of praise out of them blue books with the kids singing on the front of them, and the assemblies, and I always loved those songs. I really, really did. I used to sing them at the top of my lungs, and I soon realised that actually the way that Jesus was teaching us was always going to help us have a nice society and help us have a good foundation for a good society and to move forward. So from there, I kind of let it lapse a bit, but I still believed in the teachings, although I would never have said that I believed in Jesus. So from there, I went to a Baptist church Sunday school with a friend of mine, and I used to really enjoy that Sunday school because the teacher that used to take my group, he was a Leeds fan, and Leeds had just won the First Division title. So we used to have massive conversations about football, whereas the rest of my family wasn't really into football, and that was my main draw at the church there. And again, after that, went into senior school, and it all sort of fell by the wayside. I still followed the teachings, but they were just teachings as far as I was concerned. Then I met my girlfriend, who's now my wife, and I used to drop her off at church. It started off, we just drop her off on Christmas Eve when she used to go for midnight mass, and then I pick her up again. And then she slowly started going on a Sunday, and I used to drop her off in the morning, and I'd meet all these lovely people. And for weeks and months, they'd try and get me to come in just to have a cup of tea or a bit of cake or whatever, just a bit of conversation. And you could feel the genuine warmth and the fact that they actually cared, even about me, who wasn't part of their community at the time. So slowly but surely, in I went, and I started having my cups of tea and eating the lovely homemade cake and having some really nice conversations with these guys. And I decided I was going to do an Alpha course. The reason I decided to do an Alpha course was that I was very, very comfortable with my spirituality at the time. I thought there is no chance, there's no way that they're going to get me. No way, no way. The first few weeks is all about the facts, and the facts are that Jesus was real. He existed. He was a real person. That's for certain and without a doubt. And that head knowledge really, carries you through, and you can really understand that, and it really, really works. Um, and then on at the end of the course, they do this thing called the Holy Spirit Day. So I went off on this Holy Spirit Day, and they start with a bit of worship in the morning, and then you have a talk. And when it came to the first break, I thought this is a bit weird. Maybe not for me. Wasn't 100% sure. Still convinced they weren't going to get me. So then we had another talk, and the lovely vicar there told us his story, and it was an amazing story. And we broke for lunch, and I had some lovely dinner. That's what you get from church. It's lovely food, and we went back in afterwards. Uh, had another talk just before we prayed, and the curate at the time, Dave, he prayed for me and he prayed with me, and something changed. Um, I, I I started feeling different on the inside. Um, it was I felt different at the end of it. I felt the only way I can describe it is I felt bigger, but the world felt bigger with me. All of a sudden, I was connected to things, and I had purpose, and it changed my life. I felt in my heart that this was real. That this is really where it comes from, and I've not looked back since. My whole life has changed. Everything about it. I have a wonderful community around me. I've made some of the most wonderful, amazing friends that you could ever think of. I've discovered more about myself in this time than I ever thought I would do. I've even started to like myself a little bit, which is quite a change. Um, so I would encourage anyone to maybe think about it. Always stay curious, always stay wondering, and look deeper sometimes. Because you never know what you're going to find, and you never know how your life's going to change. Look at me, I work for the church now. So yeah, please, if I'm going to say anything to anyone, just stay curious, keep wondering, keep exploring, and thank you.